Hey RATBAGGERS, it's Jade, taking a look today at the Humble DLC for Planet Crafter, a fantastic terraforming game where you run around gathering resources and basically turn dusty planets into living, vibrant, lush new paradises. I sunk about 4 hours in and I definitely come across some things I wish I knew beforehand, mostly location and coordinates about where to find certain resources, the best base build spot, little explanation of some of the new technology that's been added like ore crushers, and where you can get a ton of resources to really kickstart the beginning of the game. Find this video useful, leave a like and let's go. So I'm playing on normal game mode. I started off in what I'm calling the cigarette butt biome, as it's got all these white cylinders. There's the usual resources you would expect, but it does seem like Humble Planet has a lot more regular and just random blue crates with more resources, so it's definitely worth having a scout around. You will also find a new resource, dolomite. So we'll cover that a little bit more in a second, but let's head over to our first point of I'm going to put a starter base down. Make your way to the coordinates you can see down below, effectively just going straight from your pod, really making your way through the cigarette butts. This isn't such a bad central location to get your first maybe pod. Slightly more open and you get to see what direction we're going through next. You've got all these strange staglites, kind of almost looking like stone creatures, and then you've got some various wreckage and ruins, which of course you can go ahead and dismantle some of this stuff. Just like the base game, exploring wreckage is how you're going to pick up your microchips to go ahead and unlock new actual accessories and upgrade gear. Just like the base game, you can go ahead and demolish certain pieces of technology that you find, like these solar panels. And as I said, there's plenty of chests with loot all around. So a new machine has been added, the ore crusher. This is pretty much a new vital cog in the Planet Crafter DLC. There's 3 different types of rock or ore deposits you put inside and you'll get a ton of resources out. As said, the new dolomite, that's the resource that's going to give you a big mix of stuff. There's plenty of it in this area as well as within all of the white pillar area biome. You won't get anything if you put any other kind of resource, it's only the dolomite for now until we get some more different types of rocks. And then you can see I got a couple pieces of cobalt and titanium back. It does feel like certain resources are more scarce, and this is kind of the new loop that you've got to get used to. You will be able to get an upgraded version of course once you unlock it, but for now that's the basics. So I am going to talk about now some general directions to go, but it's worth pointing out there are brand new containers that you can find filled to the brim of decent resources, the majority of which I found in the sulfur biome. If you're more experienced, you could absolutely go straight to this point and start making a base close here, as it will give you a ton of starter resources. 191-273-606. To get to this point you will need absolutely maybe some extra oxygen cartridges or definitely some upgrades to the oxygen tank, or at least again make yourself a special immediate outpost pod. I'll talk a little bit more about this area towards the end. So they updated a little patch and added some more water bottles to start an area, because I did also notice it was pretty tough. Water was running out very quickly and I couldn't find much ice. That's because it's over pretty much to the west side. Again, until you get the compass you won't know what the west side is, but it's on the left if you're looking out from the edge of the white pillars. And again, I'm going to show you the coordinates. Here is the start of a cave, 376-148-537. Does look like it's a passageway that will lead to other areas. This is where you're going to find an abundance of ice, some other materials, uranium, and the brand new resource Urinite. The Urinite is another one of them that you're going to put through the ore crusher, and it should either give you super alloy, uranium, or iridium. There doesn't seem to be in the beginning stages such rich caves that you found in the base game of iridium or uranium, not without some additional help using new explosives. There is a small reference guide on the ore crusher that you can see, but as I said, you do get more from the dolomite than just simply cobalt. So grabbing some more extra oxygen, or enough to make obviously a small pod and doorway, we're going to now head over to the east. If you've been exploring all the wreckages, hopefully you found the compass, and yeah, back to that sulfur biome, but also the lava area, and more importantly, how you can pick up some explosives to get more resources. Can't really miss the lava biome as there's smoke rising out into the sky, but it's basically to the east. Lots of wreckage loot potential for chips. And then you've got this main one that you definitely need to go to, as it's got a ton of explosives. These are needed to go ahead and blow up bigger, larger deposits now with certain resources in them. And I'm guessing we're going to be able to craft them later on. Keep heading up to the fire or the smoke, obviously where lava is, and we've got bauxite, which is another new material. And again, put that through the ore crusher and that's how you're going to get more aluminium. Here's the actual ore nodes that we'll see, and it's filled with iridium. You'll find a bunch of these in and around the lava zone, and you'll need to place down an explosive, drop it, and then you press trigger and it will blow up. There's normally 3 to 4 pieces of iridium in each one of these larger ore deposits. So the wreckage with all the explosives, minus 186-171- 207. And just up the rise towards the lava, like I said, minus 599-264--572. So coming away from that biome for the moment, although we are going to discuss it again, let's head actually more north. Past the wreckage where we started out our little starter base, you will find more ice deposits embedded in these kind of rock formations that look almost like ruins. Inside you will find more larger of the bauxite, I'm guessing big massive deposits, and inside again is more aluminium. Coordinates are 553-216--205, and yeah, there's a ton of these deposits inside some of these caves, and you may also find small amounts of super alloy. Now again, you won't just get aluminium from the bauxite, you will get other materials as well, like silica and some iron too, but it does seem to be the main resource that you get. So yeah, back to the sulfur area, and there are just tons of these boxes. If you have a good little explore around, it's definitely worth putting an outpost here. Lots of food and seeds will be here, and of course more iridium. And effectively, if you keep walking through the sulfur biome, eventually if you follow it to the left, you can see we're back to another rise where we've got all the ice, and then a big new area that I've yet to fully explore. Before we leave the sulfur area completely though, look out for this small cave here. 299-215-575. It will contain another wreckage with another chip, so not that important, but yeah, if you try and get all the upgrades. A small blue chest, and you will notice there is another one of the bigger containers above, which I'm pretty sure you can get to from either the sulfur walking around the cliff areas. If you're still looking for more super alloy and don't want to be using up resources to craft and make it yourself in the more advanced crafting bench, then if you head to this location, another container filled with loot, but also some small deposits again of the super alloy. In fact, this could be another contender for where you should really go to first, beyond maybe the sulfur areas, as pretty close by is the best base location, I think. But this small location, 872-290-520, is basically to the north. Just keep going up that rise and you come to this giant flat area. It just seems tailor-made. I'm presuming nothing bad's going to happen or this will get flooded somehow, as it is quite high up, so it should serve you for mid to late game, and it's relatively, I would say, medium in the central location, especially by the time you get obviously your jump jet boost. More further north, you've got the big area that I've fully explored yet. Then over again to the west, you've got the ice and the uranium. And slightly behind to the east, you've got the sulfur deposits. So yeah, to me, it's probably the best place. And that is pretty much it. I guess a little heads up on locations and where to go and what might be some good places. I've got a lot more to play and a lot more to do, trying to find the best locations to put maybe the ore actual generators. And if you guys want, I'll do a much further guide explaining where to find more of the resources that you normally need come mid to late game. If you're still relatively new to Planet Crafter and you've just happened to buy this DLC on a whim, you can go and check out some of my older guides that I've done on the base game on my other channel, Jade PG Survival. But I'm basically switching over content for this game and similar games to here on Jade PG Crafted. Just a little FYI. And until next time, Ratbags, I'll catch you later.